This was Sakura, a self-proclaimed runaway heiress turned VTuber. She was not exactly a top-tier star, but she had a decently loyal fanbase that stuck with her through thick and thin. On this particular day, she went live as usual, except this time there was a guest her viewers had been waiting for, with unhealthy levels of excitement. The guest would only appear as a voice, yet the anticipation was still through the roof. That guest was none other than her own older brother. He sat beside her with a ghostly, deeply confused expression, clearly wondering how his life had led him here. The reason for this strange collaboration could be traced back to a streaming incident that happened exactly one day earlier. Late that night, Sakura's older brother knocked on her bedroom door to ask about his missing Smash Bros. Game. He had been calling her name, but there was no response, as if the room contained a corpse rather than a living human being. Refusing to give up, he knocked harder. It was already past midnight, so he assumed she had fallen asleep. Eventually, he opened the door and found Sakura slumped over her PC desk, fast asleep in front of a surprisingly well-equipped setup. His missing Smash Bros. Game was right there on the desk. When he glanced at the still glowing monitor, his respect for his sister's gaming skills collapsed instantly. She had lost match after match, an impressive streak of pure defeat. With a sigh, he dragged a chair next to her, deciding to avenge those losses and make her happy when she woke up. He was, after all, pretty good at games himself. He played Smash Bros. For nearly an hour while Sakura slept like a rock. The results were devastating. He won repeatedly, dominating so hard he might as well have been the MVP of the night. Unfortunately, he had absolutely no idea that Sakura was still streaming. He did not notice the live chat exploding in real time, flooded with confused, screaming viewers who were stunned to see their favorite streamer's mysterious brother suddenly take over the game and play like a seasoned pro. The next morning, Sakura stormed up to her brother in a mix of panic and fury, demanding to know what exactly he had done the night before. Her brother stared back with a blank, confused expression. As far as he was concerned, he had done nothing illegal. Not wanting to explain VTuber culture to her painfully old-fashioned brother, Sakura shoved her phone into his hands instead. On the screen was a recorded video showing a cute female character announcing that she would be playing Smash Bros. On her stream. Her brother did not really understand VTubers and assumed the character must be fairly popular. Still confused, he kept watching. Then, the character cheerfully mentioned borrowing Smash Bros. From her older brother. At that moment, everything clicked. The high-pitched voice, the silly way of talking, the unbearable cutesy energy. He knew that style all too well. With dawning horror, he asked if the VTuber on screen was actually the idiot's sister standing right in front of him. Sakura responded by nodding seriously over and over, confirming that yes, she was indeed that VTuber. Her brother still struggled to believe it. His sister becoming a VTuber without him knowing sounded more like the plot of a light novel than real life. Sakura told him to focus on the later part of the video. When he did, his soul nearly left his body. He could clearly hear his own voice, boldly declaring revenge on behalf of his sister's losing streak. A wave of anxiety hit him as he worried that he might have accidentally revealed Sakura's real name. Thankfully, that disaster had been narrowly avoided. Sakura, however, lowered her head, dark shadows hanging under her eyes as she muttered under her breath. A second later, she exploded in frustration. The video had gone wildly viral overnight. It had surpassed 800,000 views, and what truly drove her insane was the fact that it performed far better than the costume reveal she had painstakingly prepared for weeks. Her brother, on the other hand, could not understand why that mattered at all. Sakura started whining, terrified that the incident would get her fired by her agency. Her brother finally became serious too. That did sound pretty bad. He asked what he could possibly do to fix the situation. Sakura immediately dragged him into a meeting with her manager. The manager calmly explained that they would handle it with an apology stream combined with a gaming stream. Her brother's mood soured instantly. That meant he had to appear again. The manager elaborated that many people had become aware of VTuber Sakura because of the incident, so it would be better if her brother officially appeared as a guest. He let out a heavy sigh. He was not a VTuber, and this was far outside his comfort zone. Still, feeling responsible for the mess, he eventually agreed to do it, if only for his sister's sake. In the end, he really did appear on his sister's stream, only his voice at least. He He still could not fully grasp what it meant to be a streamer, but the moment he showed up, the chat exploded with hype. Viewers immediately commented on his heavy, monotone voice, joking that he sounded like someone's middle-aged father. He could not understand why everyone seemed so happy about his presence, nor what role he was even supposed to play. The manager had given him a note beforehand, so he awkwardly pulled it out of his pocket. When he checked it, the contents were painfully simple. Protect Sakura's lore. Be careful to avoid doxing. No immoral remarks allowed. And the dumbest line of all, in his opinion, was a reminder to get some good footage. That was it. He had at least studied Sakura's lore beforehand. According to it, she was born into a distinguished family, grew sick of her luxurious lifestyle, ran away, and became a Vtuber. To him, the story made absolutely no sense. First of all, his sister did not sound like a rich family's daughter in any universe. Second, running away from home sounded like a poorly written drama setup. Sakura snapped him out of his thoughts by complaining that he sounded completely unexcited during the introduction. Honestly, what did she expect? He had no idea what was going on, and pretending to be energetic was beyond him. Without wasting time, Sakura jumped straight into greeting the viewers, completely ignoring her brother's wish to speak first. The live chat seemed amused, pitying him, while also eagerly waiting to see where the stream would go. Further down, viewers talked about how Sakura had left the agency's first generation and how long people had waited for her first collaboration. Other VTubers were mentioned too, which only confused him more. Still, nothing seemed to be going wrong yet, even without an apology. Sakura began talking about how she had played Smash Bros with her attendants the night before. The way she said it sounded incredibly grand. Who were these attendants supposed to be anyway? It took him a moment to realize that was just how she referred to her viewers. Ridiculous. She continued by announcing that they would be doing matches. Meanwhile, he only responded with flat tone. The chat found this hilarious, calling him NPC-like and comparing his replies to a dialogue bot. Some even joked that if Sakura was a princess, her brother was far more fitting as a demon king. Character selection began. Sakura chose a cute mochi-like fighter, while her brother picked a terrifying ogre king. Sakura bragged that her skills had improved a lot. He remained completely unconvinced. Just yesterday, she had been losing non-stop. The game started, and the two characters faced each other. Visually, it was already absurd. A massive ogre king versus a tiny Kirby-like creature. As expected, Sakura lost instantly. The chat went feral. People joked that it was the fastest match they had ever witnessed, laughing about how she lost within seconds of starting. The Demon King Big Brother was apparently too powerful. Sakura refused to give up. She demanded a rematch and lost again. Another rematch, another loss. She kept challenging him, losing in just a couple of moves each time, until she became so focused that she forgot to talk during the stream altogether and still kept losing. Sakura visibly deflated, but viewer numbers kept climbing. The audience treated it like a silent endurance race, watching her character get launched off screen over and over again. The chat reminded her that this was a live stream and complained that they had been staring at near silence for 30 minutes. They also kept cheering about how her brother truly played like a demon king. Seeing his sister grow dejected, he offered her a handicap. Sakura immediately lit up, and the chat followed, delighted by the sudden shift. He explained that if Sakura managed to take even one stock from him, he would consider it her win. She refused outright. His second offer was to let the game randomly choose his character, which she also rejected. After all, he was good with every character. Finally, Sakura decided on the condition herself. He was not allowed to use his right hand. He complained bitterly, questioning how he was supposed to win using only movement. The viewers jumped in with encouragement and advice, suggesting things like guarding and dodging. They restarted the game, chose characters again, and decided to stick with the same ones as before. Even without attacking normally, he still dominated using command grabs, guards, and constant movement. No matter what Sakura tried, nothing worked. The result was a 10-game losing streak. Strangely enough, the chat became even more excited. They loved the dynamic of a bullied princess facing an overwhelming demon king. Donations started coming in, begging the brother to let Sakura win just once. He was genuinely shocked at how bad his sister truly was at games. Eventually, Sakura decided to end the stream since it was already late. Before she could, her brother interrupted briefly. He took the microphone and thanked the viewers. In his flat voice, he said that a stream featuring him might have damaged the image of the VTuber princess Sakura, and he apologized for that. He added that his sister was simply like this, completely unfiltered, and that he could see many people genuinely liked this different side of her. As her older brother, that realization gave him some peace of mind. He ended by saying that his sister was as dumb as ever, but he sincerely apologized for his mistake and hoped everyone would continue supporting Sakura. That unexpectedly earnest statement left Sakura more touched than she wanted to admit. That night, he slept soundly, believing everything would return to normal, and that this had been his final appearance on anyone's stream. He could not have been more wrong. The next day, the manager called to say that the stream had gone even more viral than the original incident. A special tag about princess bullying had even started trending, and plans were already being made for his next appearance. Hearing that his image was becoming even more chaotic thanks to his unintentional popularity sent Sakura into another fit of anger as she continued yelling at her brother. A few days later, Sakura approached her brother with an unusually serious expression and asked him to do another stream together. Resting his chin on his hand, Big Bro stared at her in pure confusion. With a tired sigh, he emphasized that he had already taken responsibility once, so there was no reason for him to appear again. Sakura immediately cut him off and said there was, in fact, a very strong reason. With an innocent face completely devoid of guilt, she casually announced that the stream that day would be a character reveal. Her brother froze. A character reveal for who? The answer came instantly and without mercy. For him, of course. His mouth fell open in disbelief, his face fully blanked out. He demanded to know why on earth he had turned into a character. Sakura replied that Mama had already drawn it. She then explained that Mama was what VTubers called the artist who designed their characters, as if that made everything normal. She added that her brother had already seen her streams, and the moving character on screen was something Mama had created for her. His confusion only deepened. Did these Mama artists have a habit of drawing ordinary people whose faces they had never even seen? Sakura calmly said that Mama did know his face. That statement nearly gave him a heart attack. If the artist knew his face, did that not mean they could be his acquaintance? Sakura immediately denied it and admitted that she had sent his photo to Mama herself. That crossed several lines. In his head, he wanted to scream at his sister about personal information and basic crisis management, or at the very least, having a sense of danger. Sakura did not care in the slightest. She had already announced that he would be appearing that day and started whining. He asked whether the agency was really fine with this. Sakura replied that of course they were. If they were not, they would never have approved a character design for him. Hearing that only made him more irritated, as if his will had been completely ignored from the start. Sakura put on a cute, pitiful expression and casually admitted that she had told everyone her brother was eager to appear, so it was fine. Actually, it was not fine at all. Completely fed up, he grabbed Sakura's phone to check her messages with Mama. Sure enough, they were actively discussing his character design and how cool he should look. He frowned deeply. He did not understand any of this, and frankly, he preferred it that way. To distract himself, he searched Sakura's VTuber name on YouTube. What he found was horrifying. The thumbnails showed Sakura's character struggling helplessly, plastered with bold text about domestic violence brothers and titles screaming about princess abuse in games. Even worse, the videos had nearly 1 million views. Realizing just how bizarre the situation had become, he immediately called Sakura's manager again. Instead of concern, he was met with praise. Apparently, an enormous number of viewers were interested in him. Internally, he was losing his mind. He was just a normal person, and on top of that, Sakura's real older brother. He tried to reason it out. He was not under any contract with the agency. Was this really acceptable? The manager laughed flatly and said that since it was viral and profitable, upper management saw no problem with it. That was when he began to realize that Sakura's agency might be unhinged. The manager casually added that the boss had always been a little loose in the head. From that conversation, he learned that his foolish sister belonged to a VTuber agency called Prism Shift, commonly known as PS. It was a place that thrived on chaos. The boss of PS was famously hands-off, and apparently makes it their motto to let her do as she pleases. In the end, the older brother agreed to stream that day. They sat in front of the PC, and Sakura immediately started the stream like she always did. Even before anything properly began, the live chat was already overflowing, buzzing with excitement over his presence. To the viewers, he felt like a walking contradiction, an official yet unofficial streamer who existed outside the usual rules. Only then did he realize just how many people were watching. Right at the opening, the viewer count had already hit 5,000. He cleared his throat and greeted the audience in a flat, minimal tone. That alone sent the chat into commentary mode. The contrast was apparently hilarious. A lively princess paired with an utterly lifeless older brother. He found it strange that his monotone voice was being so easily forgiven. The standards felt surprisingly low, though he reminded himself that he was not a streamer to begin with. Sakura jumped in right after him, her voice pitched high with excitement, as she announced that they would be revealing her brother's character that day. He could not resist mocking her for such an over-the-top opening, and even let a smug expression slip. The chat immediately picked up on how close they seemed, going as far as asking whether there was some kind of older brother and princess pairing. The suggestion was outrageous enough to leave him speechless. The discussion quickly shifted to who had drawn his character. Some viewers guessed it was a listener submission or fan art, since it seemed unlikely to be official. He had no intention of feeding into a situation he did not understand, so he casually commented that he doubted anyone would bother drawing fan art of someone like him. Sakura looked momentarily confused. She had already explained this earlier, but the viewers did not know yet. He felt the urge to rub his forehead and instead proposed turning it into a quiz for the audience. The chat immediately got fired up. It felt as if he had taken control of the stream, to the point where some viewers joked that the channel name should just be changed to Sakura's sibling. One viewer asked if there would be a prize for getting the answer right. Sakura thought for a moment, then said that the winner could challenge her brother in a game. Viewers instantly rejected the idea. After witnessing how he played, they called it a one-way ticket to hell. Others compared it to a public execution and said only a true professional could survive such a challenge. He started reading the comments, trying to remember usernames and figure out who had the correct answer. Some viewers got it right. Others sent donations while making bold guesses, treating it like a bet, claiming it was fan art, or even that Sakura herself had drawn it. In the end, Sakura revealed the answer almost immediately. The character had been drawn by Mama. He could only shake his head. That barely counted as a quiz, especially since he had no idea who answered correctly first. Moments later, Sakura revealed Big Bro's character. When he looked at it, there was a resemblance. Not so much in exact features, but in the overall impression, the nonchalant attitude, the icy presence, and especially the eyes. The chat went wild, praising how cool the character looked, even if they were a little disappointed that it was just a static image rather than a fully animated VTuber model. He was just as surprised, but he did not dislike it either. The character looked undeniably handsome. Sakura brushed it off, saying he was exaggerating and that he was just an ordinary guy. She added that he did not even have eyes as good as the character's. That comment irritated him. If those eyes were considered good, how bad did she think his real eyes were? Sakura followed up by telling him he should look in the mirror more often. The viewers piled on, saying they loved the character's deadly gaze. Some joked that if his real eyes were worse, then he must be completely demonic or devilish. They even asked again if Mama was really the one who drew it. Sakura answered honestly, confirming that she was the one who had asked Mama to draw her brother in the first place. Something about that statement felt deeply wrong to him. With dark shadows under his eyes, Big Bro cut off Sakura coldly. The shift was immediate, and even the live chat picked up on it. If Mama was the one who drew the character, then what happened to the lore? Were they dealing with a demon lord, a random villager, or something else entirely? He calmly confirmed what he had just heard. Sakura herself had asked Mama to draw him. That meant she had actively invited him to stream. This was not purely an agency decision. There was only one conclusion. Sakura had deliberately wanted her brother on stream. With a heavy, intimidating tone, he demanded a full explanation of her intentions. The viewers heard everything. Sakura visibly panicked and tried to end the stream early, but her brother made it clear he would more not let her escape. The chat went completely feral. Some told the princess to run. Others declared the Demon King had awakened. Many laughed at how mercilessly foolish he described his sister to be. Donations exploded as viewers treated it like a hostage situation, tossing money around as if paying ransom for Sakura's forgiveness. He pressed her again, asking if she had truly made the request herself. Defeated, Sakura admitted it. She thought the viewers would want to see him. She had even asked Mama, who had agreed without hesitation. That part annoyed him the most. How could such a request be approved when he was neither a VTuber nor an agency member? Yet the chat reacted positively. They loved the decision. Some even imagined Sakura trembling in real life while sitting next to her brother. He let out a long sigh, wondering what exactly he should do with this reckless brat. Ending the stream immediately to discipline her sounded tempting. Sakura stopped him, insisting they still had to read super chats, another unfamiliar term. When he looked at the screen, he finally understood. These were messages from viewers who had donated money, a ritual of gratitude. Sakura asked him to read them instead. The viewers immediately started spamming comments, admitting that they were deliberately sending small donations just to keep the stream from ending. They were laughing, openly calling it ransom. He stared at the tiny amounts, 200 to 1,000 yen at a time. The stream had started to resemble a New Year shrine offering box. Sakura leaned into it, whining and pretending to cry as she begged the viewers for help, acting as if her brother was about to kill her. In his confusion, he bluntly stated that he had no intention of killing his sister. That only made the chat louder. Donations kept coming. They declared that if the Demon Lord's super chat stopped, it would be over for their princess. Realizing this would never end, he firmly announced that he would not read any more super chats and told Sakura to end the stream for real. Sakura panicked. She knew that once the stream ended, her punishment would come immediately. Cold sweat formed as she desperately tried to placate him, but it was useless. On screen, her character looked stiff and tense. Even funnier to the viewers was the fact that they had never seen a VTuber write super chats in such a somber mood. To them, it felt like watching a countdown to hell, and it was extremely entertaining. Eventually, Sakura ended the stream, very much against her will. The moment she turned around, her brother was staring straight at her. In a flat, chilling tone, he asked if she was ready. The punishment ended with a loud scream and a painfully red forehead. Big Bro flicked her forehead hard enough to make her dizzy. It hurt badly, but it was the result of her own recklessness. Sakura cried loudly, furious that she had been beaten both in games and in real life by the same brother. From Big Bro perspective, this was unbearable. He had been forcibly dragged into a stream he never intended to appear on, ended up with a character of his own, and now felt like he was halfway submerged in the VTuber world. He resolved to find a way back to his ordinary life. Unfortunately, the very next day, Sakura handed him a message from Mama. When he read it, the artist was cheerfully asking if he wanted to move into 2D as well. Staring at the message, he had to take a very deep breath before screaming a firm refusal loud enough to shake the house. Despite his resistance, the older brother was proceeding smoothly down the path of becoming a VTuber. Still, in the end, half a month after the very first stream, Big Bro had already appeared on stream at least 5 times. Today, once again, his little sister dragged him in to stream a game together, looking bright and excited as always. Big Bro, meanwhile, stayed true to form with lifeless eyes, heavy eyelids, and absolutely zero motivation. His sister genuinely did not care about his refusal. Sakura casually announced that the stream title was already decided, so her brother had no excuse left to dodge. That was new information for him. Slightly confused, he turned toward the monitor, only to discover that today's title was Princess Beating Big Bro to a Pulp. It was such an unhinged title that his soul nearly left his body. Big Bro pointed out that there was basically no reason for him to participate at all. Sakura immediately agreed and said that was exactly why she had prepared a punishment game for the loser. With sparkling enthusiasm, she declared that if she won, she would make her brother do whatever she wanted. Hearing that kind of punishment, Big Bro decided it was better not to join in the first place. Panicking, Sakura hurriedly added that there would also be a reward if he won. With visible nervousness and a hint of fear, she quietly explained her condition. If Big Bro won, she would willingly stream a horror game. Her brother raised one eyebrow, clearly intrigued. He knew very well that his sister was genuinely terrible with horror. Once she had run screaming out of a haunted house entrance while crying, and the memory was so funny it had been permanently engraved into his mind. Realizing that the stakes were this high meant his sister was dead serious about winning. In the end, he accepted the challenge. Sakura instantly brightened up. Then, out of nowhere, Sakura cheerfully told the viewers that they had all heard the conversation, so it was time to start the game. Big Bro froze. He protested slightly, only to realize that the stream had already been live this whole time. The chat was fairly lively. Some viewers doubted that the Demon King Big Bro could actually be defeated, while others sent large donations just to speed things along, so Sakura would be forced to buy a horror game sooner. Big Bro let out a deep sigh at his sister's behavior, wondering whether it was even allowed to stream real conversations like that. Sakura greeted the viewers as usual, but this time she sounded noticeably more confident than normal, which felt oddly suspicious. She explained that in order to defeat the real otaku gamer shut-in loner, she had prepared a secret plan. It was a brutally cruel nickname for her own brother. Because of that label, the chat burst into laughter. Many viewers felt personally attacked, since Big Bro seemed just like them. Without wasting time, Big Bro asked what Sakura's secret plan was for beating him today. Shortly after, a new female character appeared on the viewers' screens. She was another YouTuber from the PS agency, part of the same generation as Sakura. Her name was 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤. She looked sweet, with bangs and a ponytail, wearing a school uniform. Big Bro furrowed his brow, wondering who this person was and what exactly was happening now. Sakura patiently enlightened her outdated older brother and explained that this was a collaboration. Big Bro protested. He had not been informed about this at all, and there was nothing about it in the stream title either. Sakura brushed it off, saying it was already shown in the thumbnail, and besides, the title could always be changed later. The chat was just as shocked, but they loved the surprise, and the donations increased even more. Big Bro could not understand why anyone would want to collaborate with his foolish sister, and seriously questioned the sanity of the other party. 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 immediately greeted the viewers, introducing herself politely. Big Bro thought she sounded surprisingly well-mannered. Feeling awkward, he returned the greeting stiffly, only to be teased by Sakura for acting strange. He apologized to 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 for the unnecessary interruption earlier, and even addressed her with an honorific. 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 told him there was no need to be so formal, since she and Sakura were the same age. Eventually, he agreed to compromise and act more casually. 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 greeted him again with cheerful energy. Big Bro quickly concluded that she was genuinely a good kid, and casually told Sakura that she should try being more polite from now on. Sakura barely cared about the situation at all, and simply continued greeting the viewers together with 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤, leaving her big brother to apologize to the chat for his little sister's behavior. The audience quickly picked up on the dynamic and started commenting that the big brother already looked like a tired parent, babysitting two energetic kids. Others pointed out that 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 actually seemed pretty good at games, while Sakura was usually just riding on pure luck. The live chat grew livelier by the second, buzzing with excitement over the idea that 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤's skills and Sakura's strange luck might form a mysterious and powerful combo. Sakura soon grew impatient and wanted to start the game immediately. The big brother asked what they were playing today, and Sakura introduced a game called Party Battle, clearly displayed on the monitor. With a sly attitude, she implied that her brother probably did not understand this kind of game at all. That assumption was painfully accurate, since he usually played solo games. Still, feeling oddly challenged, he fired back with a dramatic anime-style remark about unfamiliar battlefields not meaning Sakura had suddenly grown stronger. Sakura had no idea where that line even came from. 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤, being a hardcore anime fan, instantly recognized it as a quote from 𝕬𝕤𝕤 in Code Geass. The viewers completely lost it. Many of them joked that 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 had finally met her own kind, and were no longer surprised by her otaku tendencies. The big brother himself was genuinely surprised. In his mind, 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 was already an anime lover and a well-behaved girl on top of that, which made him wonder why she would even want to collaborate with his sister. He asked if she really loved anime that much. The moment her favorite topic came up, 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 lit up with excitement, asking whether he watched anime often too. He admitted that he watched it fairly regularly, unlike his sister, which explained why the two siblings rarely connected over that topic. 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 then shifted the discussion to favorite final boss characters and the big brother named Gilgamesh from the Fate series. 𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕤 thoughtfully agreed that the choice somehow suited him. Big Bro tilted his head, questioning whether he really acted like that kind of king. After a moment of thought, 𝕤𝕚𝕤𝕤 decided that Demon King fit him far better. At that point, the big brother fully slipped into otaku mode. He lowered his voice, laughed wickedly, and acted like an overconfident demon king who never went all out against weaklings. The performance sent 𝕤𝕚𝕤 into pure joy. Sakura, on the other hand, understood absolutely none of the anime fan energy flying around and started to feel a little left behind. The live chat went wild as well, torn between being impressed by the big brother's performance and laughing at the poor princess who was getting sidelined. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 suddenly became even more hyped, her eyes practically sparkling as she begged him to do it again. Big Bro was caught off guard, sensing that her excitement was getting a bit intense. Sakura just laughed it off, fully aware that 𝕤𝕚𝕤's weird switch had flipped. As if that was not enough, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 then asked him to try mimicking Dio's voice from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Sakura immediately joined in, pleading for him to do it. The big brother hesitated, unsure whether he could pull it off at all. Sakura insisted that there was no harm in trying, since everyone just wanted to hear it anyway. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 grew even more excited, cheering him on with barely contained enthusiasm. Cornered, Big Bro finally sighed and cleared his throat. He fully committed, slipping into character and mimicking Dio with dramatic intensity. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 responded just as passionately, mimicking JoJo in return. To anyone listening, the two of them sounded like they were performing a full-blown anime cosplay skit on stage. The live chat completely exploded and spiraled out of control. Viewers agreed that both of them nailed the characters perfectly, praising the big brother for how cool he was. The big brother felt a chill run through him, between his chaotic sister, the viewers going insane, and a collaboration partner who turned into an unstoppable otaku monster. Everything felt overwhelming. To regain control of the situation, he finally steered things back on track and pushed for them to start the game already. With that, the question hung in the air. In this party battle, who would actually come out on top? The game starts, and right away Sakura is in first place. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 is sitting in second, and Big Bro is stuck in last. The comments are already buzzing, thinking Sakura might actually win this. The rules are simple. Roll the dice, use items, and reach the finish line first. Sakura is fired up from the start. Her inventory is stacked with strong items, and she looks unstoppable. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 casually points out how calm Big Bro seems, almost too relaxed for someone in last place. Sakura immediately warns her to be careful. Her brother is not someone you underestimate. Right as she says that, she rolls a perfect 6. While the game continues, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 brings up how Big Bro never liked appearing on stream in the first place. It is true. He does not like fame, and he never cared about attention. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 points out that makes him kind, showing up even though he does not enjoy it. With a tired sigh, Sakura's brother admits there are a few reasons he keeps appearing. One of them is because Sakura asked him to. Normally he would ignore her begging without hesitation, but this time he was forced into appearing without his consent. Sakura quickly defends herself in her own way, even though every time they stream together, she still ends up getting flicked on the forehead as punishment afterward. In the middle of their back and forth, Sakura suddenly notices something terrifying. Her brother has quietly advanced far across the board. She pouts as the comments explode. Some viewers are impressed, saying Big Bro is playing seriously now. Others admit they love seeing him join the stream. A few even suggest their so-called princess should reflect on her own mistakes. That comment hits him. Why does he always have to clean up his sister's mess? With a completely flat expression and tone, he warns that if she causes another incident like this, he will delete her channel. Sakura panics instantly. That is a way too extreme. What about her fans? He then formally thanks the viewers for supporting his sister all this time. But the way he says it makes one thing clear. If another major incident happens, he will not hold back. Sakura knows that tone. That is not a joke. That is a real threat. The comments are laughing though, because beneath all the bickering, it is obvious they are actually close siblings. As for the game itself, Sakura only needs to use her auto-roll 6 item to secure victory. It should be that simple. Big Bro clicks his tongue quietly and begins planning. There is no way he is going to lose this badly to Sakura. Watching the screen, Sakura starts teasing him. Victory is right in front of her. Then, Big Bro uses a back card item. Sakura is forced to move backward based on her next roll. She frowns, but she could just cancel it with an item. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 quickly points out the problem. Sakura is already near the finish line. She does not have a cancel item left. Suddenly, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 throws out a bold proposal. If she somehow wins, will Big Bro agree to do anything she asks? Confident in his skills, he accepts without hesitation. Then, he activates another item. If he rolls a 2, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 will be pushed back 8 steps. Luck is on his side. He rolls exactly a 2. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 immediately drops into 3rd place, clearly out of the race. Sakura starts provoking him again, convinced she can just roll a low number to avoid moving too far back. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 asks Big Bro if Sakura winning would count as her win too. Technically yes, but if she loses, she will have to play a horror game. The moment she hears that, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 panics and desperately hopes Big Bro loses. Sakura rolls the dice. It lands on 3, a small number, just like she predicted. If she simply uses her auto-roll 6 item, victory is guaranteed. With a sly smile, she starts imagining what kind of punishment she will give her brother. Then, Big Bro cuts in. In a low voice, he says she has misjudged him. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 immediately recognizes what he is doing. He is impersonating ℸ𝕠𝕤. With dramatic confidence, he claims Sakura has rolled too many 6s already, and her luck must have run out. Laughing softly, he challenges her to test that fake luck if she dares. Sakura does not fully understand the reference, but she feels provoked anyway. The tension spikes. Big Bro raises his voice and tells her to roll the dice and prove it. The viewers are losing it. Some are laughing uncontrollably at the impersonation. Others are frantically warning Sakura not to fall for it. Too late, she rolls. It lands on 4. Big Bro rolls next. He gets a 2. Exactly what he needs. In the end, he is the one who crosses the finish line first. Sakura screams in disbelief. She cannot accept that she lost at the very last second. She insists it was only because her luck ran out. Big Bro calmly reveals it was nothing more than a psychological trick. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 understands immediately and explains the obvious. Sakura had an auto-roll 6 item the entire time. There was no reason to risk rolling normally. Big Bro shrugs. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 has returned to her senses, but it does not matter. He successfully diverted their attention and tricked both of them. Sakura finally realizes the dramatic ℸ𝕠𝕤 act was nothing but pure provocation. She explodes in frustration, yelling at her brother. But a loss is a loss. Before ending the stream, Sakura asks her brother to read the super chats. In the middle of that, another VTuber suddenly appears in the comments, saying she would love to collab because Sakura's stream looks fun. It is 𝕬𝕚𝕤, a genuine legend known for her kindness and endless patience. Just the day before, Sakura had delayed a collab with her for 24 hours because of the incident involving her brother. Even then, 𝕬𝕚𝕤 did not get angry. Big Bro sees this as the perfect chance to apologize properly. Meeting in person feels risky, so he suggests something else instead. He tells Sakura they should accept the collab with 𝕬𝕚𝕤. Sakura is stunned. This is not like him at all. Big Bro calmly reminds her that 𝕬𝕚𝕤 was the one who offered. Sakura casually says 𝕬𝕚𝕤's name without any honorifics, which makes him think, once again, that his sister desperately needs to relearn basic manners. Still, Sakura cannot stop wondering why he suddenly cares so much. Big Bro simply says 𝕬𝕚𝕤 is different. He genuinely wants to meet her in person. That statement makes Sakura sit up straight in shock. A dangerous thought crosses her mind. Is her brother actually into 𝕬𝕚𝕤? Meanwhile, Big Bro folds his arms, reasoning that anyone would admire someone that kind. Even when their collab was delayed for a full day, 𝕬𝕚𝕤 only said she was grateful nothing serious had happened. At the same time, 𝕬𝕚𝕤 is shown receiving a phone call. Someone on the other end seems to be asking her to do something specific during the collab with Sakura and Big Bro. The caller only grins and says they want to see the so-called demon Big Bro play live. When the collab stream finally goes live, 𝕬𝕚𝕤 greets the viewers sweetly. Beside her, Sakura's avatar appears as usual, cheerful and carefree. 𝕬𝕚𝕤 laughs softly and greets Sakura. The chat grows slightly nervous because their princess does not use any formalities toward her senior at all. Still, 𝕬𝕚𝕤 is known for her gentle heart, so it does not seem to bother her. Then, they invite Big Bro to join. The moment his avatar appears, he smiles politely and introduces himself as an unofficial, unapproved, non-account VTuber wannabe. 𝕬𝕚𝕤 thanks him for coming, and Big Bro responds that he is the one who is happy to finally meet her. The chat explodes instantly. The demon Big Bro suddenly sounds soft, refined, and unbelievably polite. Sakura nearly chokes beside him. She stares in disbelief, wondering if this is even her real brother. The longer Big Bro and 𝕬𝕚𝕤 talk, the more confused she becomes. He feels like a completely different person. 𝕬𝕚𝕤 gently comments that Big Bro seems very skilled at games, based on previous streams. She admits she is not very good because she rarely plays. Big Bro reassures her, saying the game today is something he is not familiar with either, so they can both consider themselves beginners. He explains that they will be playing a card game and taking it easy together. 𝕬𝕤𝕤 says she will try her best not to lose, and Big Bro immediately encourages her. Sakura finally snaps. She slams her desk and demands her brother stop acting so strange. Looking pale, she even asks if he is sick or if something is wrong with his head. Big Bro calmly replies that he is simply being polite. Sakura refuses to accept that. He was perfectly normal with Momiji. He counters that Momiji specifically asked him to act that way. 𝕬𝕤𝕤 gently adds that it is perfectly fine if Big Bro wants to speak casually with her. During the entire conversation, he has been calling her by her full name. In response, he switches to calling her 𝕬𝕤𝕤, but still keeps the honorific. Sakura is even more stunned. This truly does not feel like her brother at all. The chat, however, finds it hilarious. Sakura's reaction is so dramatic, it feels like the world itself has flipped upside down. Big Bro clears his throat. Momiji and 𝕬𝕤𝕤 stand in very different positions in his mind. Without hesitation, he bluntly states that 𝕬𝕤𝕤 is special. The statement catches 𝕬𝕤𝕤 completely off guard. Her avatar visibly blushes. The chat goes wild. It sounds suspiciously like a confession. Some viewers even start theorizing that Big Bro has been a secret 𝕬𝕤𝕤 fan all along. Sakura leans toward him and whispers, demanding to know what he really thinks about 𝕬𝕤𝕤-senpai. Big Bro hesitates for a moment but decides to answer honestly, in his own modest way. With a straight face, he declares that 𝕬𝕤𝕤 is a goddess. That only makes things worse. 𝕬𝕤𝕤 turns bright red and starts stuttering. The viewers spiral even further. It truly looks like Big Bro just confessed live on stream. Sakura narrows her eyes. She reminds him that he is not even familiar with Vtubers. Big Bro calmly explains that his statement is based on his evaluation of her as a person. The clarification only makes 𝕬𝕤𝕤 more flustered and overwhelmed. Sakura gasps, trying to figure out whether her brother is actually a fan or something more. Instead of answering, Big Bro apologizes to 𝕬𝕤𝕤 for the unnecessary intermezzo. 𝕬𝕤𝕤 is so flustered, she struggles to respond. The chat laughs affectionately, noting how innocent and sweet she looks, while struggling to breathe through her embarrassment. With her face still red, 𝕬𝕤𝕤 finally asks them to start the game. Meanwhile, Sakura sits there with a serious expression, silently wondering if her brother is truly in love. In her mind, there is only one suspicious explanation, and it probably has something to do with 𝕬𝕤𝕤's impressive breast figure. The card game they choose is simple, almost like domino. The goal is to empty the cards in hand as fast as possible by placing them in sequence. Each player only gets 5 chances to pass. As the match begins, Big Bro casually brings up 𝕬𝕤𝕤's lore. She is supposed to be a snow woman, yet her name means spring flower. The contrast sounds strange, but he calmly adds that the name is beautiful and fits her perfectly. The compliment lands too well. 𝕬𝕤𝕤 ends up misplaying her turn because of it. The board quickly fills up. Big Bro is clearly close to winning. Out of nowhere, 𝕬𝕤𝕤 proposes a wager. If she wins, will he agree to do anything she asks? He accepts immediately without hesitation. Her request is surprisingly simple. If he wins, she wants him to appear on a show she recommends. The chat gasps. That sounds exactly like a direct invitation for another collab. What surprises them even more is how quickly Big Bro agrees. As an extra condition, 𝕬𝕤𝕤 asks him to come directly to the agency. For him, that is not a problem at all. The fans start joking that Momiji would definitely be jealous if she knew about this bet. Everyone is so focused on the conversation between Big Bro and 𝕬𝕤𝕤 that they completely ignore Sakura, who keeps drawing terrible cards. Sakura complains that she has no past chances left. Before his next turn, Big Bro calmly adds another condition. If 𝕬𝕤𝕤 loses, she has to do an off collab on Sakura's channel next time. For him, it is the perfect setup. Whether he wins or loses, he will still get to meet 𝕬𝕤𝕤 in person and apologize properly. Then, he deliberately plays a card that does not follow the sequence. That single move guarantees his loss. He casually claims the cards looked similar anyway, but the chat immediately explodes with laughter. It is painfully obvious he threw the game on purpose. Viewers praise his trolling skills while he quietly feels proud. As long as his foolish little sister loses and gets annoyed at him, everything is worth it. The stream ends with Sakura loudly protesting that her brother acted weird and gross the entire day. Still, for Big Bro, it is a complete victory. He secured the chance to meet 𝕬𝕤𝕤. The real reason he feels so guilty traces back to the delayed collab incident. On that day, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 had waited 12 hours straight on stream, eventually falling asleep while still live. Sakura never answered her phone. Even so, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 forced herself to stay awake out of worry for her junior. Exhaustion finally won, and she ended up sleeping on stream for nearly 15 hours. Morning came, and she was still live. Only after a full 24-hour delay did Sakura appear in a panic. 𝕤𝕚𝕤, still dizzy from irregular rest, felt relieved the moment she saw Sakura was safe. Not long after that, she fell asleep again. The next stream introduces two chaotic figures. One is Sakura. The other is a loud male Vtuber who introduces himself as a demon lord resurrected in modern times and a first-generation member of PS. His name is Yato. Sakura greets the audience as usual. It is supposed to be a weekly regular stream from the agency, but the comments immediately begin arguing about whether Yato can still call himself a demon lord ever since Big Bro appeared on the scene. Yato announces that for this stream, he has invited someone everyone has been waiting for. Of course, it is Big Bro. The viewers instantly start comparing the so-called demon lord and the so-called Satan, wondering who would win. Yato laughs awkwardly. This was meant to be his stage, yet all attention shifts. Big Bro shakes his head at the two of them. His sister looks like an idiot in charge, while Yato, who is supposed to be leading the game, seems just as ridiculous. Yato boldly declares that as a demon lord, he cannot stay silent when someone else steals his title. He has to teach Big Bro a lesson and prove his true strength. Sakura asks her brother to just lose on purpose because her senior looks desperate. Big Bro has already won so many times that people now call him an S-class beast. Meanwhile, Yato has been teased across the internet because his demon persona overlaps too much with Big Bro's image. With visible reluctance, Yato admits that Big Bro's demon aura is so strong it might actually ruin his own standing. That is why, on this day, Sakura and Yato team up with one shared goal. They are determined to defeat Big Bro. Before the game begins, Big Bro interrupts. Dressed in a neat, formal suit with a stiff, forced smile, he calmly asks where 𝕤𝕚𝕤 is. The room falls silent. 𝕤𝕚𝕤 is not there. Big Bro lets out a dry laugh. He came all the way to the PS studio dressed formally because he thought this was 𝕤𝕚𝕤's weekly program. Instead, he is stuck playing with two loud kids in front of him. Yato eventually confesses. He was the one who asked 𝕤𝕚𝕤 to make that bet, so Big Bro would come to the studio. The chat starts to pity Big Bro for being tricked. Momiji even sends a super chat pointing out that there is no way 𝕤𝕚𝕤-senpai would personally attend a regular weekly program like this. Big Bro begins to feel slightly deceived. Still, he was the one who promised to show up, and when he thinks about it carefully, 𝕤𝕚𝕤 never actually said it was her own show. Now that he is already there is no backing out. With clear reluctance, Big Bro finally asks what game they are playing today. Sakura explains that today they will be racing in Mario Kart. She sounds completely confident. In a game like this, she believes she is unbeatable. The viewers immediately start debating. If Big Bro loses, will he retire as a demon lord? Maybe even retire from being a VTuber entirely? The theory sounds ridiculous. Retiring before even having an official debut makes no sense at all. Sakura adds another twist. They will be doing punishment games after every stage. Yato explains the rule clearly. The lowest ranked player must read out loud an embarrassing line collected from the message box. The staff will shuffle the box randomly. Big Bro feels his soul leave his body. That is exactly the kind of thing he never wants to do. He silently swears he will win no matter what. The race begins. Big Bro immediately takes first place, but he is annoyed because Yato sticks right behind him. Yato's entire strategy is simple. He keeps trying to crash into Big Bro and slow him down. The two of them stay neck and neck for the entire lap. Meanwhile, Sakura somehow falls to last place. She is doing worse than the bots. The comments start joking that maybe Yato is just cursed in games like this, since he keeps getting terrible items and nothing useful to attack with. Big Bro even taunts him, telling him to throw a bomb already. Yato snaps back in frustration because he has only been getting bananas the whole time. That is why he can only cling close and bump into him. The race ends with Yato in second place. Sakura manages to avoid 8th place, but she is still dead last among the three of them. That means she has to draw a punishment from the box. She randomly pulls out a slip of paper. The moment she reads it, all color drains from her face. She refuses immediately. She starts sulking and begs Yato, saying she absolutely does not want to do this punishment. The chat bursts into laughter. They are dying to know what it says. To them, their princess just looks even cuter when flustered. The longer Sakura stares at the sentence, the more she sweats. Her face turns pale as she struggles to speak. Finally, in a tiny, embarrassed voice, she forces the words out. She says she loves her big brother. Right after that, she explodes in shame and frustration. The viewers go insane. It is unbearably cute, but also painfully brutal for Sakura. Pure entertainment for the audience. Big Bro turns pale too, but for a completely different reason. He looks disgusted. Hearing that line feels like he is the one being punished. He looks like he might actually throw up. With tears in her eyes, Sakura declares she does not want to play anymore. That leaves the next match to just the two guys. Yato happily agrees. That means Sakura automatically remains in the penalty zone, and it becomes a perfect one-on-one showdown. Big Bro quickly accepts. Yato is a fun opponent, and Sakura is already locked into punishment anyway. This feels like a win. The next race starts. Yato goes all out and quickly takes first place. The chat is buzzing with excitement, eager to see who will win between the Demon Lord reincarnated as a human and the Demon Lord who remained human. Big Bro secretly enjoys it. Finally, an opponent who feels somewhat equal. Yato keeps provoking him non-stop, fueling the rivalry. This time, Yato gets strong attack items repeatedly and secures first place. He proudly declares that he alone is worthy of the Demon Lord title. Big Bro simply nods. Even as Yato brags about being superior, he does not argue. He actually enjoyed the match. Sakura suddenly jumps up in excitement. That means it is now her brother's turn to do the punishment. Only then does Big Bro realize he completely forgot about that rule. He immediately reflects on himself, reminding his heart not to get carried away by fun competition next time. He needs to focus. Trying to stay calm, he reaches into the box and pulls out a random slip, silently praying it is not something ridiculous. When he reads it, he hesitates. He mentions that even though it is anonymous, he has a strong feeling he knows exactly who sent this. In a flat voice, he reads a line from 𝕤𝕗 of Mobile Suit Gundam. The viewers instantly explode with laughter. Everyone knows it has to be Momiji who submitted it. And honestly, this is not even a punishment for Big Bro. They jump into another one on one race. Yato immediately shoots to first place again. This time, Big Bro stays completely focused. As expected, Yato is actually good. Underestimating him would be a mistake. Yato laughs confidently, saying the game feels easy for him. He claims he can beat Big Bro again without trouble. He even teases that he would not have needed Sumir's help if he had known Big Bro was this easy to defeat. The chat starts speculating that maybe Big Bro went easy on him on purpose. Inside his mind, Big Bro denies it. He was not trying to go easy. Winning too much can make people dislike you. Then he pauses. Being liked or disliked does not really matter. What truly bothers him is something else. If he was deceived because of his own responsibility, that is his fault. But Sumir has nothing to do with that. He says it with such a serious tone that Sakura physically shivers. Some viewers begin to suspect that Big Bro genuinely likes Sumir and still feels guilty about the 24-hour stream incident. Right after that, Big Bro, who is currently in 8th place, receives an item. He uses it immediately. A massive lightning strike crashes directly onto Yato's character. The chat erupts. The timing is too perfect. That is when viewers start realizing something. Maybe Big Bro intentionally stayed in 8th place. And they are right. The lower your rank, the stronger the items you receive. If two players have similar skill levels, the difference in items decides the winner. All Big Bro has to do now is overtake a defenseless Yato. Yato grows frustrated. He cannot believe someone in 2nd place just used a star item. The comments go wild, calling it an epic counterattack. It looks almost like cheating. The gameplay feels brutal. Yato is practically shouting, "How did Big Bro climb from 8th place to right behind him so quickly?" Big Bro quietly laughs to himself. From his current position, he can clearly see the most efficient racing line to overtake and claim first place. With the invincibility from the star item, there is nothing stopping him. He crosses the finish line as the winner. He calmly mocks the self-proclaimed Demon Lord standing before him, while Yato can only scream in frustration. Forced into the penalty game, Yato grabs a slip from the box with visible annoyance. The message fits their situation perfectly. Clearing his throat, Yato reads it aloud. He insists not to get the wrong idea, claiming he just wanted to play games together in the first place. The moment he finishes, he slams the desk in embarrassment. That line sounds far more fitting for Sakura. The chat loses control. Has the demon lord turned into a tsundere? Big Bro does not stop there. He stretches his fingers slowly, preparing for the next match. His next target is obvious. He intends to crush his little sister completely. Sakura immediately whines and tries to refuse, but her brother's tone turns firm. They are playing. No excuses. She cannot reject him. Fear wins. The viewers already accept her fate. Their princess has no escape. Everyone knows she is going to lose. They are just waiting for the next punishment. Even so, Yato refuses to stay out of it. He wants revenge and goes all out again. Big Bro laughs, clearly enjoying the chaos. Sakura can only cry and surrender. Round after round, all of them end up taking turns in the penalty game. At the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters is that the stream is wildly entertaining.